Holla at your guala. She twerking for $1. You want her, but I
Funk the World, FUNKTHA World, residing from Funklanta or Atlanta, Georgia.
What's up, y'all? This is Freako, aka Rose Gold Rico. Yeah, we sitting right now, damn near downtown Atlanta, but I'm still on the east side, southeast. You already know.
My name is Indi Mitchell. I go by Indi. I've been in Atlanta my whole life. Well, I lived like south side, but
I'm Walker Jernigan. I'm an artist and born and raised in Atlanta, Georgia, and working here in Atlanta, Georgia now.
I'm a visual concept artist. Use any kind of medium to get my point across. Pretty dope at it.
I'm an artist and a model. I just signed with my agency, Kevlar Rose.
I started doing art. Honestly, I probably started doing art around like 3 years old. That's from a recollection from my memory book. My mom, my dad said, and they keep all my stuff, so about 3 or 4. Yeah. Seriously, like composing around 3 or 4.
Growing up, I was always a very good drawer, so it's like I just kind of always knew. I had like the depth perception, spatial reasoning, and all that just kind of come naturally.
I was early in my age of doing art. I was a very active kid, always moving around, getting into stuff, playing with stuff. My grandma, she was a very arts and craft person, so she was the one that actually realized to sit me down, put some paper and a pencil in front of me, and since then it's kind of been just drawing what I see, drawing everything I see, and it started to get to at a young age, people started realizing what it was, realized it was good at it, and it's kind of went from there. It was been more of a hobby in my younger ages.
I've always been drawing because like my dad was like, you have family that like draws, so you come from an artistic family, so like just keep doing it. And ever since then I was just like drawing constantly. And my 11th grade year, that's when I started getting more like education like behind art, and that's when I like started taking it more seriously.
It's a form of expression.
It's a way to communicate without using words.
It's always been a liberation from me, from my mind. That's all I want to do is just create. And because I started creating so young, it's a drug. And it's something that I have to do like every day. And if I don't do it for a couple of days, like I get real cranky and I get mean. And like I feel like I'm like losing it a little bit. So like it keeps me sane. Like I have to make artwork. I got to create.
Finding myself, I guess, as an artist, because there's like a lot of people now that are like just doing the same thing and like have the same style, but like I'd rather try to find my own style and kind of branch off from that.
Life, like individually, like my life, my perspective, I can't really tell you what anybody else can do or what you should do. I can only give you an example through my own life of things you don't have to do or you could do.
Most of my images or like my pictures that I draw are like fashion, like they're inspired by fashion models. Most of them are portraits, like just my everyday friends or like people that I just find on the internet, like Instagram or Tumblr or something like that.
But then I can be inspired by anything, like even with the country and like nature and stuff. I'm a big time referencer. I reference, and I admit I reference like a lot of things that's already been done, but at the same time I put my twist on it. And then, but yeah, man, from sports to music, pop culture to, to religion.
It's very important for me to be a part of society and part of a community, and really feel like I'm contributing and really just be within real life and real people and everyday people and communicating with people.
Henri Matisse, I don't know, he's like French, but I just like his use of colors and like how loose he is. But from my jacket, it was more like my style, but like his style mixed together, like the colors and the patterns and like just some techniques that he uses and the techniques that I use.
So I decided to kind of, it's almost a promotional series for myself, for my own artwork. And the exhibition I just had, which was called Repurposed Aggression, had a lot of neon pieces, a lot of pieces about cycles of love and things like that. So I ended up making a jacket called the Love Tour. And just, so it's just so down to just the bare minimum roots of how I feel about things, and just the word love is just, it's all encompassing. And I thought people could kind of react to that in a very genuine way without knowing any of the backstory, really.
When you told me, I was like, okay, I'm gonna pick this. But looking back, dude, I don't know, man. I stay real local with my favorite artists. You know what I mean? I ain't gonna lie. I don't really like. I don't fanboy out on like big artists. You know, I really don't. I like watching it. I like watching and looking at the stuff. But when you actually know an artist, you know, it's like it's more in tune. You know what I mean? But I'm a big fan of Chilio's daughter, Indi. Indi L. Yeah. Real talk. That's who I would pick. Like, 'cause she's a future. You know what I mean? And like like I said, I look at other artists' artwork, but like when I know an artist and I watch an artist grow, and like she's taught me stuff, I'm teaching her stuff. It's like that's one of my favorite artists right now. You know what I mean? 'Cause she's like, I can feel her passion just like even just looking at her stuff online, and then when I see it in physical, it's just like, okay, she's getting it, and like she's not trying to just make money. She's trying to make art like wholeheartedly, like passion. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, I would definitely India L or Indi. Indi, for real.
I picked Dr. Seuss. I picked Dr. Seuss because he's a childhood fan favorite throughout generations and generations. So it's a lot of people out here that can relate to it, even when it first came out to right now. Who hasn't seen a Dr. Seuss book? And what people don't really realize is that he did a lot more artwork than just the kid character books. You know, he was very animated, very like trippy artist. But, you know, once you really just start to understand who he is, you can understand why he was very to himself. He didn't feel like his art was really there, so he really created his own world with the cats, you know, Cat in the Hat, the fish, everything. He created his own world. So when people saw it, it was like, oh, I'm being introduced to like a new galaxy or a new planet. What does live, life, light mean to me?
And my standards is living how I want to live, living free. You know what I mean?
Living life.
Like, you know, like, let go of the bullshit, you know, and live life.
I guess carefree, like like I said. Yeah, like, yeah.
I see it as a space for, I feel like it's a space like that you've created, a space for connection, a space for people to express themselves. And that's when I think of like an art community and I think of anything in that vein. It doesn't have to be physical. It can be something like an idea or a logo or anything that people feel like they can connect within positively and feel free to express themselves.